call this?
We just
Yeah,
do,
maybe to order. Yes. Down meeting to order. And we have a forum. And welcome. Thank you for being here. We would like to start. Do you have an update on your project?
Sure. Yeah. Things are tracking about the same as they have been. Progress being made. I think we're looking at pouring concrete the first week of December. So I think that's a major milestone. They're just about done the piles for the dolphins. So those are wrapping up. So things are actually starting. So the things are clocking along pretty well. And everything, we had Reed here the other day, and everybody seems fairly confident we'll have a pier to tie the ship up to in the middle of July. So
Need the ship.
we just need the ship. So the ship, we found out, is now delayed certainly until February. Could be beyond that. There's repairs still being done to our shaft and bearing and such, but so now we're looking at it maybe February-ish arrival. So it's a work in progress.
Just to clarify.
Yep.
Just because the ship would be there in July, there's still another year's worth of work
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to think that we done in July.
That's just to tie it up.
another whole year.
Well,
Yeah.
it'll go into 27.
Yeah. Maybe not a whole year, but certainly with all the other little bits and pieces.
Big project.
The big project. Yeah. Yeah. And well, it's a 50-year pier. The last one was a 30-year pier, so it lasted 35. So and then Curtis Hall, they'll be wrapping up in another 4 weeks on this phase.
Yeah, so as soon as school is over with, they're gonna transition to the main entrance of the building. We'll work on that quadrant.
Okay.
And we'll be moving students, we'll have some students moving into a new section when they come back for the spring semester, so.
It's exciting for them.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah, but that'll take some pressure off, right?
Sad?
That'll take some pressure off.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
To the next section.
Yeah, we're basically moving triples from one section to the next, and it's about the same number of rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, but the students will be, the ones that get the new rooms will be.
That's what we're hoping.
That's what we're hoping. They'll have something known as fresh air. For the first time the dorm's ever had, other than having an open window.
And controllable heat.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay,
Yeah.
these are major and good operations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So that's big stuff.
And when the boat, if it all works out that the boat's here in July,
Mhm.
after the cruise, would students be able to live on the boat next year? Or do they have to wait till the whole docks?
We're hoping so, if we can set up some sort of ramp, there's a lot of process going involved to try and figure out how to safely get people on and off the ship.
Okay.
The T head of the pier will be done,
Okay.
so that will be a fixed platform, but how we're gonna get them there and all that, still a work in progress. We'll probably load out in Searsport in April time, April, May.
Yeah, so.
Yep. Semester's wrapping up. I think, we have finals, 2 weeks away now or something like
The
that?
week of the 8th.
Yeah.
We have 2 more weeks of instruction.
Yep. And then they're gone. They leave, they're done this Friday until the following Monday, for spring break, so. When they come back. What's that?
Not
Thanksgiving.
Not yet.
Fall, yeah, spring ahead, fall behind. Yeah.
I did get stopped by 2 residents in town asking about, the lighting of the boat and how bright it's gonna be. So maybe at some point as it's appropriate, have a town meeting and just explain to people about the lighting of the boat.
Yeah, so Captain Mack and the chief engineer are working on that plan.
Yeah.
They're looking at the schematics of what they can shut down and
Yeah,
how things are gonna.
I just think that if people know, like, okay, we're gonna have a lighting meeting and the people can come and ask questions, it's just gonna be easier, because right now people are thinking, what kind of lighting, how bright is it gonna be, is it gonna be? Someone said, I heard it's gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree, I said, I don't think so, so.
It's all gonna be as bright as it can be, how's that?
Yeah.
No, I said, my answer was, it's gonna be as bright as legally required, that was
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
answer.
that's fair answer. And Yeah, it can be as bright as a Christmas tree, but
They're working, Craig, and you know,
Yeah.
they're working on some outside ideas.
Yeah.
LEDs, just to,
Exactly.
just safe access, so
Exactly.
we can safely access parts of for watches and things like that. But no, we want it dark as we can get it, so.
Okay,
Do we owe you congratulations for one of your sports teams?
Yeah, the volleyball won the NAC championship, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, so I don't know where they got a game Thursday, but I don't know.
I think the announcements this afternoon
Yeah,
or tomorrow.
where that is, so.
Well, it's great.
What's that? Yeah, that's a great one. And then, yeah, the other sports that, well, football just finished its first season. They had a rough season, but they held together. Women's soccer did quite well. Men's soccer did quite well. So, sailing got third at Macmillan Cup and fifth at Kennedy Cup to the National Offshore Championship.
wow,
So that was good. My wife, Coach Sharon, got six of the women's nationals this weekend in Miami.
wow.
In the snake class, she won the last race of the first day. So that's by far her best finish, so it's nice to get, it's great to coach sailing, but it's nice to get to go sailing once in a while too. So,
Absolutely.
I went to the Husson MMA football game. It was rather chilly. I should have looked for the heated luxury box the president might have been had.
I don't know if there was one.
I don't think there was either, but I wish there had been.
Well, they make those Mexican jumping beans you can sit on there at the stadium or something. Yeah, the cedar heaters,
It was pretty cool then.
yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, on our side, and you already know this, but we just want to remind you that on Wednesday night, we're rolling out the comprehensive plan implementation plan. And, we've sent an invitation, we sent something to Blossom, and we sent something to, your office, we sent something to, the faculty that we'd love to have MMA as, much a part as they want to be.
Yep.
So,
You guys, comprehensive plan,
First I heard.
okay, all right, so we need to let's get Peter and Jessica a copy as well.
good, and so we're doing it, the implementation part will be, working groups. And the
Okay.
working groups are gonna work on the goals and objectives from all different chapters, but that apply to that specific theme, so like marine and harbor. Or climate and natural history, whatever. And, so we would appreciate any input from anyone at MMA that wants to be a part. So students too, definitely. And we just met, I know, was it Riley? No, Riley
Riley, yeah.
from the student government.
Okay,
Yes, so now we have a student government liaison to the select board to the town, so this is exciting.
perfect.
So thank you.
Yep, now we have the SGA meeting tonight.
Yeah, that's what he told us.
Yeah.
He was great, he was very excited.
This is Wednesday at 7.
When, our thing is Wednesday night at 6:30.
Since we're talking about the liaison, I know that there'll be, and Justin's, I believe, the head of that also is for students to do some community work, but paid community work, not disciplinary. And so one of the things that Riley and I and then Ina discussed also was how to get that information out to people. Ideally, I believe the way it's gonna work is they'll have an email where people say, hey, I have like some leads to rake or something like that, you know, mostly one-time jobs, not trying to take work from our landscaping companies and stuff like that in town. But I wanted to ask you, if it would be appropriate for us to put something like that up on the website, or as a Facebook post or a text blast or whatever, so that people knew that was available.
Is actually doing that, it's companies like, a favor, because most of them don't want to do these little jobs, you know, so it's a win-win.
Yeah, so it could be different things. I don't know if you've got anything to add, Justin.
Well, yeah, we've been talking about that on, recognizing that the students are busy. And, I feel it should be like a fixed pay model that there's not. And everybody that I've placed in the community, it's $25 an hour. This is what it is. They're recognized as hardworking students and they're doing this, you know, to make money. And we're just trying to figure out the best way for the, you know, the demographics of the community to use it. And if it's an email maybe to the student government, could be a perfect thing to run it. And let's say there's a, you know, SGA@mma.edu, someone writes what they would like, the contact, and then they could post it on one of the boards in Alfond, where the student center. And there could be things where people could come and look and say, oh, I'll contact that person. We've kind of done it, you know. I think we don't want to get too deep into it because then it becomes a manpower thing, just.
Right.
Someone's got to manage that and putting the people together, but so far it's been pretty good with the people we've kind of pushed out to do
Oh, no, listen,
errands. And I think it's less problematic if it's a negotiated wage up front, like an.
I think,
It's like a
I think
Uber
we're,
thing.
that
Also,
is
they're
perfect.
gonna come, they're
This
gonna-
way it's a standard wage.
Yeah,
That makes perfect
I
sense.
don't know if that wage is too high for
Takes
some people.
takes the awkwardness out of it.
It does, and it takes the student, they don't have to talk about like that, you know.
And they are hardworking students and they deserve to get paid fairly.
Yeah. And they've done a lot of great stuff, just the ones that I've seen.
I understand.
Yeah, I just wanted to raise a question. I don't know what the answer is, just why I'm asking it. So I think the Public Works Department is paying $20. Is that correct,
Yeah,
Derek? So there's 2 students who've been hired. Is it 10 hours a week?
yes,
Yeah.
each, yep.
10 hours a week each at $20 an hour. So we just want to be clear
Yeah.
why there's a differential.
And there's a discrepancy.
Everybody.
That's only my experience of what I've been doing.
Yeah, and it may be the right thing to
Telling people.
do, but I just
That's
feel
not,
like we should think.
that's a.
I think we should just clarify that, you know. I mean, we've been doing 20, you know, and I've been paying people cash, so.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know,
Should we, could we?
Yeah, that's fine.
could we
It's not-
Make it 20 so.
I think it's-
Yeah.
Well, you'll see,
Too little.
you'll see who,
We'll see who-
we'll see what the market
Okay.
is. I mean, it's a free market, so that's a perfect thing to put up there.
Right.
And try.
But I think there's a distinction too, because
Yeah.
the 2 students that we have working for the town,
They-
they're not MMA positions, it's not an MMA thing. It's,
Mhm.
those are town positions
Yeah.
that are just happen to
That's-
be filled by MMA students,
Okay.
they could have been filled by anybody. So, you know, there might still be room to have difference, I don't.
Plus, it's probably a fixed amount of hours that they work in. This is
Yeah.
1 hour here.
yeah.
So they'll have to motivate out of their hotel or out of their house and drive out there and do it, and so.
Well, I'm just saying, there's kind of MMA in both, but
It
it's
could
not
be
like it's-
suggested,
Yeah.
minimum suggested is $20,
Okay.
something that,
Good, yeah,
See what.
okay,
or,
I love the idea.
yeah. Listen, people in town are gonna love it, because everyone I know is looking for someone to do
Something.
something at their house.
right, yeah, I agree, and I think maybe talking to your SGA rep and seeing if they wanna have that, I think that's the easiest place to get out to the student
Okay.
body.
I think that's a great idea,
Okay.
so we'll work with them. And I don't see why we couldn't see, could we say something about that on the website, a little blurb that says.
Your call, so you say yay, I will.
Well, let's wait, we'll have Riley tell us when it's ready for prime
Yeah.
time, so to speak.
Or something, and I think that's a great little article from the newspaper,
Yep,
because there's. Then now that the newspaper, I guess, is consolidated with these other community towns, and we have people scattered out living all over the place, so it could.
I think it'll.
They're in one of those areas.
So consolidated now.
Right, it's called the River Observer, right, so it's us, Bucksport, Penobscot, Brooksville.
Yeah.
Some other places.
I do have a question. I was approached by a. Asking about, and this is by no means a student thing all by itself. They were asking about, people leaving their cars idling. And then or they're sitting in the car and it's idling, or they're running in, or they're whatever. And, my understanding is that you guys have a rule, a rule about that or something, no, you don't?
I have a pet peeve about that.
Oh, well, that's a start.
Which way?
So when, the big thing is we have muster in the morning.
Yeah.
All the students show up. And sometimes they park really close to the athletic facility and if their cars running, it may only be for 10 minutes, but. Every time that door opens, that exhaust goes into the building.
Right,
Just, trying to educate, to understanding that most all of us get up, jump in our car and go, and it's pretty cold, especially some of these mornings, but. The exhaust going into the buildings, becomes a thing. So,
right,
just, we're down there at times, especially on early mornings in the first of the week. If you're gonna leave your cars running, at least. Park away from the building, but. It really is better for everybody if you can get to shut it off and turn it back on in the car.
right. So somebody was asking me about it, and then somebody else told me that MMA had a rule, and I said, oh, I wanna know what their rule is, so that we can maybe talk about having our own. rule.
It's some rules you don't correct.
Yeah, yeah. So,
No rules, just
No
like I say, we
just-
work on
you
it.
just talk about
Education.
educate, okay, all right. Does anybody have anything else? Craig, do you have anything else? Is there anything?
No, it's fairly quiet. It seems like we just did this a while back, so,
Yeah, so it was,
Justin and Peter.
what's that?
I do it.
Oh,
First.
okay.
Okay,
Just, we had 6 inches of snow about an hour north of here last night. So I would just, again, reiterate like we talked about earlier, that if we have the snow coming, so we can get the roads cleared off, we make sure we put those, no parking ban announcements out. Maybe the night before or something, so we know that we get the roads cleared, it's gonna make it better for everybody, the sidewalks and everything else.
yeah, and I think, everybody in the office talked about this year, we're just gonna put it out, we're not gonna wait till we're absolutely sure, we're just gonna put it out.
I would much rather put it out than be wrong.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
The road will fill up quick enough if it's wrong.
That's right, they'll figure it out if we're wrong, but
Right.
I'd rather be wrong
Thank you.
than, thank you.
Yep.
Justin?
Just a quick thing, we had, a nice little Veterans Day ceremony down on campus last week. And why I bring that up is that, next year, it's gonna be on a Wednesday and it's looking like that would be an MMA holiday. So I would suggest that, I would start working with more of the town citizens to do something as a group, as a consolidated group, rather than just us conducting something, but I've already kind of, Dick Anderson said he'd love to be part of that, and of course, we can do it. The rest of the usual suspects
That's
to kind of help
fantastic.
out, and then so it would mean that our band is probably they're on vacation when we volunteer, but we could get Bucksport or John Stevens or what it could be. To do something I think would be appropriate,
Oh, that's
and
fantastic.
there's veterans in town where it'd be something nice. And the new ship will be here too, so it could be on the waterfront with something.
We do it right at 11 a.m.
Yes, right, so do something more
That's a
in line with
great
tradition.
idea.
But we'll see,
Thank
that's
you.
all.
I love that. Okay.
I just wanted to let everybody know, point out, I've received a lot of feedback at the office. From the community, just pointing out how nice and fantastic it was seeing. Such a big presence of MMA and the students, the student athletics, the teams, the individuals, the alumni during our annual trunk or treat during Halloween. So it was recognized by a lot of people and it was well attended and everybody had a really, really good time. So thank you to MMA for that.
Yeah.
And then also Karen's not here today and she had the conversation. I didn't, so I don't want to botch this up, but we just wanted to pass it along that tickets, parking, all that stuff is always a problem, but especially with going into winter season. We've always had the understanding with MMA that on Pleasant Street in particular, but also with the streets around MMA campus, probably even up to Fort George, if you guys wanted to, that MMA can issue out tickets. It's in our ordinance. We've always had that understanding and relationship with MMA. And I think, Peter, we've had this conversation with you guys before. It's probably been years, so we can kind of refresh on that. Karen had a conversation with somebody, and I don't know if it was from safety or public works, but we can refresh on that. And if you guys don't have tickets, we can refresh,
I
get
know
you.
we don't have any.
Okay, so we can get you guys tickets. And then go over that procedure, because if you guys did write out a town ticket, we would just need to have that copy of our ticket brought to us here. So if somebody was to come in and pay that ticket, we didn't look like, deer caught in headlights type of thing. But if we just kind of worked together and came up with that procedure, we don't have that problem. And we've always had that understanding for years, and Karen just had that conversation recently. So just to kind of bring that to the forefront again and go over that, we don't have it, because we know we've had a couple of recent incidences, like last week, I think, was the incident where somebody was parking in front of the maintenance garage over on Court Street. So we can get together and go over that. But we thought it was a good time to bring it up during this meeting.
Your ticketing was effective this fall. It really caught their attention.
Yeah.
It made things a lot easier.
Okay.
I would like to bring up.
Wait till I tow one of them off Fort George, that will get their attention to.
Yeah.
There's a couple frequent flyers I've been watching.
Our postmaster is retiring on December 31st.
Wow.
And so there will be a small party for him here at Emerson Hall. So this is the first time getting to tell you about it.
December 31st.
December 31st is his retirement. The party will be on December 13th, Saturday at 11:30. So we didn't want to have a party one night after work and have him have to drive all the way back to Hancock after, but, so everyone is invited. He does so much for everyone in the community. And so, I don't know if the students might already be heading out.
Probably be gone by then.
But everybody else,
Yeah.
please.
I didn't know that till today when he gave me my mail, so.
Say that again.
December 13th.
December 13th, Saturday, do I have it right? Saturday, December 13th,
What time?
11:30. Here at Emerson
Here?
Hall, upstairs.
There's a party this Friday
Oh, there is.
here, and Miller.
That's right. Oh, at Town Common
That's a town conference.
Okay.
On Friday,
on Friday.
That's Friday.
Friday the
Yep.
21st.
At
Right.
Oh,
noon.
yeah,
Noon.
at noon,
Noon.
yeah.
Yep. There are only 105 cupcakes, so get there quick.
Right.
And we have a weather backup for here, right?
Do we? I guess.
think-
I-
I thought the weather.
Well, I'm sure that we'll figure out how to make that party happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay.
We're not gonna miss Ian Miller's 105th
No.
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, and the nice little twist this year is that, and Helen came up with this idea of, it would be nice to get the youngest
Yeah, it's awesome.
kid in town, or I think you brought that up at one of the meetings.
Yeah.
Anyway, she grabbed it and ran with it, and I looked it up.
Who's the-
And so I had in my mind that I thought it was the, Ron and Donna Bodie baby.
Yeah.
What is it?
So I looked it up, and Henry was born in March. But isn't it this is just kind of weird how this kind of stuff happens. 3 days, well, now it's more than 3 days ago, but when I looked it up last week, 3 days ago on the 10th, Lucas Cushman was born. So he was 3 days old. And Luke is the great grandson to Edgar and Julia Bowden.
Oh,
And Edgar Bowden is
yeah, I know, I go, yeah.
MMA alumni. So yeah, and a longtime resident of Castine, which is very cool.
So we're gonna get the 5-day-old baby here.
Well, we've left them a message. We haven't heard from them, and and they have longtime ties to Castine, so hopefully they'll come. But Donna am I saying it right? Bodie she's like, we'll be there. So we'll have at least one of the two babies here. So that's cool.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on,
Yeah.
so. It's very good. Is
60%.
there anything that you guys need from us besides the parking and?
No,
Well, we appreciate how you're doing. I know, that's true. We're in that same place. We appreciate all you're doing. It seems like it's been a great semester. It's just
Yeah,
it's been a
been,
fast semester.
yeah, no, but
I had the two students go for dinner last night, and they were just saying what a great year it's been. You know, they said they thrilled to be at school here. One kid was from the state of Washington and had never been out of the state of Washington before he started school here, and just saying how much he enjoyed it, how great the professors are.
be a freshman.
Freshman, yeah, and it's just nice to hear that students come here and really love it.
Is that Finn? Finn
Uh,
Sailor?
No,
No, we got a bunch from Washington State last year.
yeah.
It's good.
And this was, I said, why did you pick Maine Maritime? And he had a whole list of reasons. It wasn't like just this. I mean, he had done his homework. He had looked at all the maritime schools on the whole country, you know?
And Dan, you're part of this, Craig is part of the sponsor program.
Yeah.
So I think we've got some great feedback as far as the families involved and the students that they've interacted with. So
Yeah.
thanks, Dan. for-
Yeah.
Thank you.
We had Andy and Lauren over last night. Andy Chase and Lauren came and they taught at the school forever. So it was a nice mix of, it was really nice for them to hear it too,
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You know, you have all set. Derek? did you-
No, I'm good.
Thank you so much.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in a month.
Yeah.
Right.
After Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, yes, we'll see you in December.
Yes. But Friday we'll see.
Oh, yeah, see you on
Yes.
Friday as well, yes, for sure.
All right, thank you.
You already said that.